Hello everyone, short one here, just going over corruption enchants for all 300 specs. So starting out with BM, it's actually extremely simple. You're just going to run Greater Void Ritual at all times. As you can see on pure single target, it gaps Gushing Wound by around 0.5%. And on AoE / Mythic Plus, as I run the sims here, it gaps all of the others by around 0.8%. So BM, Greater Void Ritual, done deal. Marksmanship is going to be a little bit more complicated. So they're all very close to equal for single target, within 0.2% of each other. But Gushing Wound does have a little bit of an advantage, so for pure single target fights and stuff, I recommend running Gushing Wound. For Marksmanship, Mythic Plus and stuff, just had this tab open because I was investigating the numbers a bit more closely. Essentially, Gushing Wound and Void Ritual are going to be roughly equal on overall DPS, probably. It's going to depend a bit on the dungeon. But Void Ritual is going to... it buffs your existing damage rather than adding a new source of damage. And the problem with Greater Gushing Wound, as I see it, at least based on my investigation so far, is that it can proc on things that are not your main target. And so if Gushing Wound, you get good procs on like the wrong target in a pack that dies early, then that's actually kind of wasted for speeding up the pack. Whereas Greater Void Ritual, it's going to scale with whatever the kind of damage you're doing is. So regardless if you're playing Sentinel or Dark Ranger, it's going to amplify what you're already sort of trying to go towards. And so I recommend... despite what this says, for Marksmanship, you should pretty much always play Void Ritual in Mythic Plus. For Survival, it's very much like BM. You're just going to run Greater Void Ritual at all times, since it's the best for both single target, and it's also the best for AoE. Now, there's a melee-only corruption enchant called Echoing Void here, that has like ramping single target damage and also explodes for some AoE damage. But even that AoE proc is not enough to beat Void Ritual in sort of general Mythic Plus scenarios. So, yeah. It's pretty straightforward. BM, run Greater Void Ritual at all times. Marksmanship, Gushing Wounds for pure single target, or just run a Void Ritual for all scenarios. But certainly for Mythic Plus and so on and AoE scenarios for Marksmanship, you're gonna run Greater Void Ritual. And even if you do run Void Ritual over Gushing Wounds on pure single target, it's a pretty damn small loss, as you can see here. Survival is also just gonna run a Greater Void Ritual at all times. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So get into those horrific visions and grab your stuff, and make sure to check out the Patreon if you like this kind of content. Until next time, I'll see you.